Well, let me show you my cows. I have got a bunch of cows over here. Those three are mine. Big white one. She's got some Charolais in her, Bramer and Charolais. Got a big old butt. I like that. Got some good round steaks. Got a black baldy. Those are real sought after cows. Black with a white face, called around here we call them black baldies. And she's probably got some Bramer, Angus, or Brangus, and maybe Hereford in her. Maybe Brangus and Hereford, or Angus and Hereford. She got some ears. She got some Brangus. She got some Bramer in her somewhere. And I don't have a doodad to keep me from shaking, so let me scoot over here. And then the red one, she's a pretty one too. She's got some Bramer in her, probably Hereford, probably Bramer and Hereford maybe. But the white one here, she may be the biggest one down the road. She may be the biggest one right now. They all weigh about 1,000 pounds. They are heifers, not actually cows. Heifers means they have not had a calf yet. I'll give you some terminology as the weeks go by. But a bovine female that has not had a calf yet is called a heifer. Some of those over there are cows. Some of those are heifers, in that they've some of them have not had their first calf yet. Some of them have, and there's got one little calf on the ground. I don't see him right now. He's back behind them. There he is. There he is. Now that is not one of mine. That is out of one of these. Anyway, the deal with the neighbor is I've got a lot of grass. My sheep do not take down my grass completely. I've got a lot of grass for other things to eat, so I made a deal with him. I needed a bull. There's the bull laying down. He is a registered red Angus bull. He's young, probably 2 years old. He may be 3, but I would say he's closer to 2, between 2 and 3. And he's the father of that one I just showed you, and he is the father of all the calves in them. So the black baldy was bred as soon as I put him in the pasture. The bull started following her around. So I didn't see the actual act, but I would say she is bred by red Angus. Black is a very dominant color. I expect her calf to be black and probably white face, probably just like her, black baldy. May or may not be. It may be red with a white face. But anyway, I hadn't seen him following any of the others yet, but the guy I got the heifers from, told me that the red one was jumped a couple of days before we brought her over here by a Brangus, young Brangus bull. Not even sure he could reach her because he was pretty young, but who knows. He said he's seen stranger things happen than that. So she may be bred by a Brangus, and he said the white one may be bred too by a Brangus bull. And then she was probably bred, again, she was followed, and although I didn't see the act, I would say she is bred. He quit following her, so she is probably bred. I'll look, I wrote it down, I'll look in 21 days and see if she comes back in heat. He could have, I could have gotten her right at the end of her heat cycle. If so, maybe she didn't breed. But anyway, I'll watch all three of them, make sure that if he doesn't follow, if within 21 days, because he said, the guy I got them from said they have been cycling, have been coming in heat. So if they don't, if the bull does not start following them around in another 2 weeks or so, 21 days, and they've been here about a week, then I'll know they're all three bred. Done deal. So anyway, some pretty cows. Happy to have them. Been a while since I've had cows here, and I used to run Angus and Brangus, all black, everything black. Had a Brangus bull and some Angus and Brangus cows, and did real well with them. Cows are up right now. They're probably not as high as they have been. Anyway, we should get up. Let me just see if I can get him up so you can see the bull. He's a nice looking bull. He may not get up. They're not very spooky, are they? He's a meaty dude. He is a meaty dude. Got some big shoulders on him. Hadn't got quite a bigger butt, but his EPDs, and that's a term that they use to figure out what kind of calves they're going to produce. His EPD said that he would produce about a 45-pound calf. He's a good heifer bull. In other words, you don't want your heifers bred by a bull that's going to throw a huge calf, because then you're going to have troubles. You want their first calf to be something small, and neighbor said that all his calves, he's had I don't know, 6 or 8 calves out of him, and all his calves have been small. Again, probably around that 45-50-pound range, which some calves can get to be 100 pounds or more, and they're just huge, and you have to pull them, and the calf can die, the cow can die. It's just a good it's a good thing to breed your heifers the first time with a bull that is going to throw some small calves. And he said that if mine are bred by that Brangus, that it would be good too, because he wouldn't throw a very big calf either. So either way, I'm kind of hoping they're bred by the Brangus. I like Brangus, but big boy here, he's doing. I mean, he'll do a good job. He's throwing some good calves. And anyway, thought I'd show them to you. 3 of them are mine. Rest of them are the neighbors. That's a pretty cow right there. Got a lot of ear on her. That means she's got some Bramer in her, and looked like she's got a face kind of like a Jersey. She may be Bramer Jersey. Boy, that'd be a good. That's a good cow. It's a good milking cow. I mean, they can raise a heck of a calf. They give a lot of milk. I just gave you a little lesson on some of this, I guess, that you may or may not want to hear. Anyway, some pretty cows, pretty cows, and they are chewing my place down. They're eating it down. That's good. Want to get her down to where I don't have to mow, and then his cows will go back across the fence. Maybe you can see the fence, the gate in the distance, right about there. And I put that there on purpose, even before that neighbor came, because I knew one of these days, there he's gonna get up. One of these days, might have a chance to do some trading, and if my cows got out, the other guy's cows got out, just a good way to get them back in. Have a gate on your property adjoining your neighbor, especially if you got a good neighbor. Now that is not your mama. That is not your mama. I don't think. That's not my cow, not my calf, but I don't think that's his mama. Anyway, that's the whole wrap up. Somebody said, I want to see the cows. Well, you've seen them. Mine, and way back in the back, mine and mine. Anyway, they're pretty. They're pretty on the place. I like to see cows on the place. I don't know if I'm gonna keep my sheep or not. Right now I am, but I don't know. I may just go straight cows. What do you think? What do you think I ought to do? Sheep are a little more trouble than cows in that you have to trim their hooves and you have to worm them more regular. I don't worm my sheep very often, but they need to be trimmed about once a year, and that can be a pain. Anyway, I guess we're done. These are cows. These are cows. These are cows and heifers and calf. All right. All right. We go.